As regards this terrorist group, Oji, for this terrorist group to even bring out, say they want to give people 1 million naira, then there are people funding them. What has the government done to at first block the financial muscle of this group? For every bullet shot, you know people are buying those bullets. So the government should be able to come in with intelligence, NFIU and the likes to see who are those funding this group. Secondly, use intelligence and drones and everything to swoop in on them.
Absolutely.
So we must be able to stop the money trail so that groups like this do not become a problem, because it's fast becoming a problem and this situation is muffing and muffing.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel and thank you for stopping by. So we heard what Rufai Oseni said, and yes, that's just main thing. Who are funding these people? Because how can you be bringing 1 million to pay every youth just because you want to bring Sharia to the constitution? I say that if you agree with the terms, come and collect 1 million. Who is the person that is bringing that 1 million? What are government doing about the monetary aspect of these people that are supposed to ban this? Because every bandit that has a gun or a bullet was sponsored by somebody. Any bandit that have any weapon is being sponsored by somebody. Then what is our government doing about that? What are they doing about getting those who are funding these terrorists? Or are they not funding it? Because I don't see the reason why they will bring back Boko Haram members into society that they are repented, and then they now have to steal government arms and motorcycles and run back to the bush. You see that these things are not clear. But I'll not say much about that. Let me allow you guys to hear what Rufai Oseni said in Arrest TV, and I'll be you guys shortly.
Counter-insurgency publication Zagazola Makama, focused on the Lake Chad region, reported over the weekend that members of a new terrorist group, Lakurawa, are offering financial incentives to recruit young people in Sokoto State. According to the publication, the new group is offering as much as 1 million naira to young men in exchange for their allegiance. Makama quoted sources saying that the financial initiatives are part of an aggressive recruitment campaign aimed at attracting followers to their cause. The group are reported to adhere to extremist ideologies similar to the beliefs of Boko Haram. Well, we know that over the weekend, the group had killed about 15 people in Kebbi State. Defense headquarters recently declared 9 suspected members of the group wanted. I believe the spokesperson, Edward Buba, had said that, the terrorists were from the Niger Republic, and they came from that time when there was that sort of war or disruption between Nigeria and Niger. Let me take a reaction with this story. This is from Chief Emmanuel, who wrote, "This development is deeply concerning and highlights an urgent need for a coordinated response to counter extremism in Nigeria's northwest. The Lakurawa group's tactic of offering substantial financial incentives to economically vulnerable youth in Sokoto directly targets those who may feel they have few options. This, combined with extremist ideology, poses a serious threat to stability in the region. The presence of individuals reportedly from Mali, Chad, Libya, Niger, and Burkina Faso indicates a transnational dimension to this group, transforming it into a regional security issue. Extremist groups like Lakurawa exploit local grievances such as economic hardship and lack of opportunities to attract recruits, often creating a dangerous sense of belonging for disenfranchised young people. Relevant agencies like the Nigerian Army, Nigerian Police Force, the Department of State Services must increase surveillance and intelligent efforts to monitor and counter this threat. Additionally, agencies focused on economic development, such as Nigerian Youth Investment Fund, can collaborate to offer alternative pathways through job creation, education, and skill development programs. This joint approach, combining security with socio-economic intervention, can help protect communities from exploitation by extremist groups. I thought that was such an important, message from that Twitter user, especially the last part where he talked about, the collaboration of trying to have this sort of, initiative where you can engage young people in skill work.
Okay, so a couple of things. I'll merge two stories together. I mean, the great Ochaya, Okiwe, was apt in his rebuttal then. And Okiwe is one of those rare men in Nigeria that decided to say, power doesn't mean so much or the hand to me. If it does go in line with my convictions, I will leave. And he left, being, the number 2 man in this country, the great Ochaya. Truth is, it must get to a time, and let's dial back as regards the OIC. It started because of the Al-Hassa fire that happened when Muslim in Jerusalem and the Muslim region said, the Muslim country said, let's have a force, a speaking force.
Yeah. Right now we're talking about reactions to Tinubu's Riyadh trip in Saudi Arabia.
So let's have a speaking force. And they coupled a couple of these nations together, Muslim majority nations. Some African countries also joined. But my big question is, why is Africa constantly always being the one to carry the begging bowl around to join almost everything? Nigeria is a secular nation. Let's never forget that, and that's my argument. Yes, they might do a lot in terms of collaboration, trade, and partnership and all of that. But as the name implies, nations that have majority Muslims. And it looks as an optics that is not fair on the other people in Nigeria that are of other faiths. It's just like Nigeria joining the World Christian Association. There's an imbalance there. So please, let us also set that straight. And Africa should stop being a begging bowl. As regards President Tinubu and the vice, governor of the Riyadh region, this was the same Nigeria that when our prime minister went visiting Tafawa Balewa in the 60s in America, it was the vice president of America that came to receive him in the airport. Compare and contrast those time and now. It shows that Nigeria is losing something on the international scene. As regards this terrorist group, Oji, for this terrorist group to even bring out, say they want to give people 1 million naira, then there are people funding them. What has the government done to at first block the financial muscle of this group? For every bullet shot, people are buying those bullets. So the government should be able to come in with intelligence, NFIU and the likes to see who are those funding this group. Secondly, use intelligence and drones and everything to swoop in on them.
Absolutely.
Thirdly, the economic condition. After the Metisani riots, it was said that if we don't fix the economic condition of the north and some other areas, then we're going to have long-lasting problems. Those problems have come home to roost now. Hernando de Soto famously wrote about the mystery of capital. It was Hernando de Soto's suggestion that helped end most of the war in his native Peru. He said, give property rights and give economic empowerment to the people of a certain area, and the role of insurgent group will stop. Because these people too, we have foot soldiers in those communities because of the economic empowerment. Absolutely. So how can we turn that around? The last tweet has talked about things like empowerment schemes in those areas. Yes. So let's work on this, but most importantly, let's find the money. When a revelation was made in Dubai, I regard people that were funding some terrorist group in Nigeria, till today, those people have not been brought to book. So we must be able to stop the money trail so that groups like this do not become a problem, because it's fast becoming a problem, and this situation is muffing and muffing.
I mean, look, I don't know the worst part of this thing is that bandits this day don't hide their face and their location. Like they are not on TikTok. You know how we are on TikTok? Like we have accounts, we can do video on TikTok, we can post our locations. This is how these bandits are now showing their self-location. But guess what? The government have never gone to find anybody. Are you seeing where this is going? But EFCC can boldly trace somebody that you don't know the location, but you can trace this person to the house because you have power over them. But yeah, bandits are showing their location, showing their faces, showing their address, showing their everything, but you have not gone to go look for them. Make it make sense. Nigerians, let's wake up. Because if we keep on sleeping, this government will keep choosing to play football. Like bandits have shown that here is our location. If you have the mind, come and meet us. But police and soldiers can boldly be harassing a youth in the public, even threatening to shoot the person. But you left people you are meant to be fighting and fighting those that are not fighting you, because the youth have no arms and power. You think you can match them anyhow, but you left the people that are waiting for you in the bush. You have so many victims that have been arrested and kidnapped by the bandits in the bush that are looking for the help of the government, but you leave it and be looking for the youth that are busy trying to survive this terrible administration, because it's all about pain, suffering, So we are trying to survive. But you have some policemen harassing youths, asking for ransom. But you have some location that you go and fight and bring our kidnapped citizens. But you don't do that. If I keep saying this in now, it's out of anger because it's not getting to me that how can the bandits show you the location and their faces, but the government is doing nothing about that. Meanwhile, guys, thank you for watching the video. If you're new here, subscribe to my channel and let me like guys. Hey, if you watch the comment section. I'll see you guys in my next video.